Sonny Melendrez, Sonny Radio, sonnyradio.com.
Hello, hello, it's Sonny Melendrez, and you have found the positive side of the radio spectrum. This is the Sonny Melendrez Show, and every week we strive to bring you entertainment, inspiration through storytelling, fascinating guests, and exclusive celebrity interviews. And I've got one of those for you today. I cannot wait for you to hear my conversation with the one and only Jenifer Lewis. But first, we're brought to you by Ideal Precision Roofing in San Antonio and Bernie. That's right, Ideal Precision is your go-to roofing company, especially if you think you might have hail damage. Around this time of year in South Texas, as you know, hailstorms can wreak havoc on your roof, and you may not even know it. So, if you suspect hail damage, especially from recent storms, please give them a call at 210-485-1553. They'll set up an appointment, inspect your roof, contact your insurance company, and literally get the wheels of motion going to get your roof repaired or replaced in just a matter of days. So call them, Ideal Precision Roofing, serving San Antonio and Bernie, at 210-485-1553. 210-485-1553. And let them know that Sonny Melendrez sent you. And now, on with the show.
Sonny Radio, sonnyradio.com.
Recognize this voice?
I have had enough of you, Ruby. And I've had enough of you two cheating behind my back all these years. So come on. Come on, Mother Ligorous. Let's dance. Come on.
While you may know her as Ruby on Blackish, Jenifer Lewis is much more than a television comedy star, appearing in movies, on Broadway, and highly acclaimed as an amazing singing star. It is a pleasure to welcome my friend Jenifer Lewis. Jeanette Lewis from Clark, Missouri.
Hello, Sonny Melendrez.
How are you, Jenifer?
You know, I have to tell you, I am weathering the storm of the pandemic by balancing gratitude every day. I'm keeping myself safe and following the rules, wearing my mask, keeping social distance, and helping where I can, donating where I can. We all have to evolve into this new social behavior to keep ourselves healthy and happy. So yeah, Sonny, I'm balancing everything with gratitude.
Oh, beautiful. And you're leading by example as well. I want to start out by taking you back to when you were 5 years old. Tell me about your first experience in front of an audience.
Well, I had asked Miss Vera, the church organist, to could I sing a solo? I was 5 years old. And she said, "What song do you want to sing?" And I said, "I want to sing, 'Oh Lord, you brought me a mighty long way.'" She said, "But you're 5 years old." How long of a way has God brought you? But you know, Sonny, I sang that song. It was a moment I'll never forget because the reaction of the congregation that morning, oh my God. It wasn't a shouting church, but people were up like I had never seen before. They were crying, they were applauding, and they were so happy that this little girl had all this vibrato and confidence. And I tell you, I stood there sucking my thumb and thinking to myself, my eyes were crossed, and I said, "This is life." And I never turned back. At
5 years old. Your parents, where does this talent come from? You have enough talent for an entire family.
Well, I'll tell you, my siblings are very talented. We all sing. None of them are in show business, but they all worked in the St. Louis school district for over 30 years. They're all retired now, but my siblings fared very well in this life. My mother was very strict, and she said, "You will be educated," and most of them became teachers. And I of course, went to school with your wife, Linda. We both
Yes.
went to Webster University together. It was Webster College back then, and we've been friends these many, many years, and still laughing at the same things we did in college. That was a watershed moment. I knew I was going to be in show business. I knew I was a leader. I knew that I had I had charisma as a kid. I just knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to sing. I wanted to entertain and make people laugh. And Sonny, I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, you have certainly done that. And, I've heard my wife mention that, she always calls you majestic. Where did where did that nickname come from?
That came from the omnipotence, the grandiosity, and the delusions of grandeur that were high on the list during my untreated bipolar days. They didn't know a lot about mental illness back then, but I am bipolar. I've been treated now for over 25 years. But in those early formative years, I was all over the place, and I'd give myself these grand names, majestic, and what else? What was the other ones? Oh my God. One was killer, because, a lot of rage comes with that bipolar disorder. And I got all these nicknames, and thank God, what I'm happy about, Sonny, is my name is just Jenifer now.
It is. But
Jenifer
it's still
Lewis.
bigger than life.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my success. But I am also in the middle of writing my second book, Sonny. The working title is Walking in My Joy. My second book is going to be about what happened to that woman that went and took care of herself. What happened to that woman that said, I don't want to be depressed every day. I don't want to be manic every day. I want to entertain and do what I love and live my passion, but I want to be able to enjoy it. So many people in my business are able to give you the performances, but totally incapable of acknowledging that something might be wrong with all of the depression you see that comes with bipolar disorder. I'm talking about Robin Williams and Linda Hamilton, who I talked to not too long ago, Jennifer Holliday. So many entertainers have come out and talked about mental illness and the advantages of talking to someone and getting help. It's not an easy thing to say those words, but they are, in fact, the most powerful words. I need help. And with 6 billion people now, I think you can find one of those human spirits that'll help you out. Yeah. You got to want to be well, though. You have to want to be well. So that's what my second book is about. What happens after you do the work? How do you apply those tools every day in order to pursue happiness? On all fronts. I don't say that this is easy, but I say it is doable. And we have to fight for justice and fight for our happiness. And I don't mean fight. I mean, just get up and live purposefully in walking in my joy. Say good morning to everybody. I have a chapter in my book, Sonny. It's titled Happy on Your Way to Happy. So many of us think we're going to be happy when we get there. No, baby. No. Wherever you go, you take yourself with you. So there's no sense in running. I've told many people, I've got money to run. And you can't run. Money doesn't make life easy. Makes it easier. Now I'm going to say that. We're all, humankind. We're going through so much right now. We've got to come together. We've We cannot divide. And we have to do it for our children. It's not for us. We've lived. Come on. We've had a great time.
I agree.
We've been in peaceful years. We all believe that they told us that we could be anything we wanted to be. And this was America. And we've got to hold on to some of those things. We can't throw them all to the wind as we evolve and change and walk into a new world.
Yeah.
We're going to keep those masks are going to have to be on for a long time. You know, this is something that has to be researched. It takes time, but we're going to get there. I'm so hopeful and I am so optimistic. I believe in the human spirit and I think we're going to be just fine.
Same here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the best that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to change gears here and talk about your incredible, wonderful character on Blackish and now Oldish.
Well, I have to tell you, wow, Kenya Barris, who created Blackish, Grownish, Mixish, and now Oldish, when he called me to offer me the show, he said Lawrence Fishburne. I said, just me and Lawrence? He says, yep. I said, well, goodbye. You had me at hello.
I have had enough of you, Ruby. And I've had enough of you two cheating behind my back for all these years. So come on. Come on, Alma Valigerous. Let's dance. Come on. I'm sick of you. I'm going to cut you like I cut your Capri. That's right.
Stop it. I've seen this before. It ends with me marrying you. And nobody wants to see that happen.
Cheating on me. I can take her.
Lawrence Fishburne, I've worked with for the last 6 years of my life on Blackish. And he's just wonderful. He reminds me a lot of Gregory Hines, how Gregory used to come backstage when we did UB Blake's musical review on Broadway back in the 80s. Gregory Hines would come in and he was so chivalrous and professional and he would kiss us all. Good evening. Let's have a great show. He was positive. And I just love that about him. And Lawrence is the same way. And only to find out they were best friends. I had no idea until he brought Gregory up on set one day. So I'm looking forward to Oldish, my new show, spinoff from Blackish with Lawrence Fishburne. What we're going to be doing, Sonny, is bringing the boomer voice into view. Sharing it once again as they did with All in the Family, you see, when they addressed all those issues that, wow, we had never heard of such a thing on television. But right. Norman Lear was an innovator. And I am just looking forward to the boomer voice being heard right now, where we will be speaking of, modern day issues as we do on Blackish, police brutality, depression, the N-word, racism, the dysfunction in families and the different generations. That's another thing. And the other thing I like about Blackish is all the generations are represented on that show. That's what makes it so interesting for everyone. And people are able to leave the television and sit around the dinner table and discuss these issues. And I've always said the writers are the stars of Blackish, to be able to combine the comedy and drama. It'll be a while before we start Oldish, but we're looking so forward to it.
And, I've got some news that maybe a lot of our listeners have not heard, and that is that we all found out that you're getting your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh,
Jenifer, what an honor. How did you feel when you found out?
Well, I have to tell you, they called me, I think they called me like 4 days after we locked down in March. And I was we were also in shock about what had happened, that when they called, I was like, is this a joke? When in fact, between me and you, I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't. It's amazing, Sonny. I've wanted an Oscar, Grammy, Tony, Emmy, but here I've got none of those, but I get the biggest one. Isn't that crazy?
You've got none of those yet.
Oh, well, come on. I got to tell you something. And this is a beautiful story. 7, 8 years ago, I moved my nephew and his Japanese wife and their 4 beautiful Blasian children into my lower level because the market had dropped and the gym, he owned a gym, but his gym fell because nobody was, working out when the market fell. So I moved them into my house and they were ages 2 through 10. Those 4 boys, when I got a chance to be around children like that, because I've never given birth, but to watch those boys grow and to listen to them play and study and become and grow and learn and thrive. I learned what life was all about when those boys were here. And they became my Oscar, Emmy, Grammy, and Tony.
How beautiful.
It's a true story.
And some people go their whole life and never experience that. And here you are, not only, again, your joy has come out, but at the same time, you spread that joy.
I try. I do my best. I really do.
What inspires you the most? I mean, what makes you want to get up in the morning?
Nature.
Really?
Nature inspires me. Yes. Nature inspires me. What clouds am I going to see today? What bird? And what will that bird be doing? I mean, I watched a little sparrow the other day. Just, I'm fascinated. I guess I learned, when I got back from Antarctica, I was in Antarctica in November, this past November. And Sonny, when you, I don't want to start crying, but when you're blessed to see this planet from so many angles, because, I travel all over the world. I'm so grateful. And once again, that's what I balance during these tough times. Gratitude. Yes. There I was on the Antarctic Peninsula, feeling feelings that I'd never felt before, smiling a smile that I hadn't smiled since I was a child. The purity, the innocence of that land that has not been touched in billions of years, unspoiled. Ice, mountains, rocks, volcanic minerals laying on volcanic ash, and the water, the color of the water there, and not to mention my friends, the penguins who dressed up in their tuxedos to greet me. Oh, Sonny, it was beautiful. The seals, the grass, the foliage that was growing on the Falkland Islands, the water, the elephant seals that lay in the grass on Orkney Bay. I'm fascinated with the planet itself. I watch shows about planets and stars and little animals and big animals and things that are pure. These things are gifts to us. I actually will walk down the street just to go and see the leaves changing. And what happened overnight. If you give me a free half hour, I am going to spend it with nature. If I'm not practicing my lines or lyrics or, oh my God, recording an animation voice or doing Blackish or prepping for Oldish, and of course, taking care of my health, I always commune with nature. I will literally time my day around a moon rising. And that is the truth, because it's going to come up over a mountain at a certain time of the month, really fat, a harvest moon, they call it.
Yes.
And it sits so low here on the West Coast. And when it rises, the purity of its intimidation, I just find it fascinating. I do. Yeah, I love all of that, Sonny. I'll, if I find myself being overwhelmed, I'll just go find a tree. I really do. I just go find a tree and I sit under it and just listen. Sometimes it's the simplest thing that will bring you your strength back to who you truly are. And we all have a human spirit that says, get up. Just get up. If you just get up, the day will unfold. You see, when I was in the depths of untreated bipolar disorder, in my depression, I couldn't even get out of the bed. There were so many mornings, afternoons. Sometimes I stayed there till evening. You have to fight for your life. You have to find what makes you happy. And then get to that. Do anything you have to do to get to that. That is healthy and that will lift your spirit. Something that will make your molecular structure dance. See, I'm going to tell you something. And I admit I'm dramatic. I admit I live by proverbs and proclamations. But you get up, you do your best, and you leave the rest. Don't try to take care of it all in one day. Go step. I'm going to tell you, Sonny, what I have found during this time. Step by step. Not day by day, step by step.
Yes.
To live each day as if it were my last. Now, who can hold on to that?
Right.
Who's going to get up and live the day as if it were their last? That's
Amen.
from a book called The Greatest Salesman. Og Mandino said that. Live each day as if it were your last. I figure if I can just get half of that kind of thinking through the day, I will have a good day.
Wow. Well, Jenifer, I must tell you, I mean, I could take the transcript of our visit here, and that's a book unto itself. You are so inspiring. You live life to the max, but your gratitude and your generosity are just as big. And you make everyone's life a little bigger for having known you and met you. And I hope you know that you are so loved, so appreciated, and so needed.
Well, and I'm going to say this to you and everybody that's listening. It has to be in you to see it in me. So we're all in this together, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just go get them and build a great roadmap for our children. Let's give them all the love and attention they need to have wonderful lives, our children and grandchildren. Let us make good decisions that will serve them in the future.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Jenifer Lewis, God bless you. We are with you and can't wait to see Oldish and see you get your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Aww.
You are our Academy Award.
Thank you, Sonny. I just love and adore you. It's been too long.
Absolutely. Hopefully everything will be better, and when you're not going off to Morocco or whatever, you'll come to San Antonio.
I promise I will. I
All
promise.
right.
Okay.
God bless
baby.
you. Okay.
God bless
Talk
you.
to you.
Bye,
God bless
Sonny.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's my visit with an American original, Jenifer Lewis. You'll find links to Jenifer's website, her YouTube channel, and so much more at sunnyradio.com/show. That's sunnyradio.com/show. Until next time, I'm Sonny Melendrez, reminding you never to pass up a chance to make someone happy. Bye-bye.